You're watching ABC4 News on Utah's CW30.
Welcome back. A recent report from a national database for animal shelters found shelters are experiencing the biggest population imbalance in the past 4 years. Joining us today is Shannon Egan from the Humane Society of Utah. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Those numbers are so wild to hear. What is it like for you guys here in Utah?
You know, last week we had we were at 110% capacity with dogs, and it's been a long time since it's like that. We've seen such a slowdown that even puppies aren't going out the door. So we've had discussions with our community members, and they're telling us, you know, record high inflation, gas prices, the housing market, all of these things are making it so they don't feel comfortable investing in a pet right now.
And I apologize, I did not get a chance to mention our two ambassadors here. I was just so surprised by that statistic. Tell us a little bit about our two Humane Society ambassadors.
Yeah, this is Lovey and Jagger, and they are my two rescue pets. They're both seniors, and they love to come on the news and remind people how cute shelter pets can be. So.
We always love having Lovey there, and both of them are just fabulous. Going back a little bit to these shelters being at capacity, I've been seeing on social media people posting saying, you know, no one can take this animal at this point. You know, they're even trying to collaborate with other shelters, and it just seems like they're all dealing with the same thing. What can we do about this?
Well, we are so fortunate that we have a sponsorship with Mountain America Credit Union, and they are offering to host a community event on November 14th through the 18th. And what they're going to be doing is waiving all adoption fees. So that's on all pets, puppies, and some of those adoption fees can be as high as $250 or even more.
Yeah.
So they're waiving fees for highly adoptable pets, and in hopes of, you know, removing some of those financial barriers for our community members.
What about fostering animals? Do you guys need that as well if someone maybe won't be able to make that full lifetime commitment but wants to be able to help?
That is very helpful. We always need foster families. When, you know, we're seeing this slowdown in adoptions, it means that the pets are with us for a lot longer. And the more they're at a shelter environment, it's very stressful on them. And then they don't show as well when people come to visit them because they've been there for weeks and they're stressed out. So if we can have foster families come and take them away for a little while and give them, you know, a home environment where they can recuperate and then have people even visit with them there, we would really appreciate that, yeah.
For people who aren't familiar with this, what does it mean when you say an animal doesn't show well?
Well, just because, you know, the shelter environment, it is stressful. You've got random people poking their heads into your kennel, and kids, you know, sometimes running wild or screaming, and it's, you know, they're away from their homes. They don't know why they're there, and it's lonely for them. They're in the kennel. I mean, we take them on walks. We try to socialize them as much as possible. It's just not the same as being at home. So they don't show well because they are stressed out, and they are a little bit depressed at times. And so people will pass them by and go, oh, that dog doesn't look very friendly, when really they're just maybe a little sad and lonely.
So if someone's looking and considering an animal, and maybe someone at the shelter says they weren't like this when they came in here, they're much better, they're just struggling at this moment, is there any good way to know what the animal will be like once they go home with you?
Well, we take lots of notes on their behavior, and if we see changes, we'll document that so that when the potential adopter comes in, we can give them a full report of everything that we've seen, any information we have from their previous owners. But we always tell potential adopters to give them time, that it takes time for them to warm up to you, it takes time for them to get used to a new environment, and we give a lot of tips and suggestions on how to get them to come around the best. Like this little guy, when I first got him, was super stressed out, and now he's just a super cuddle bug, aren't you?
You're doing great right there. Sometimes we just need a little bit of time. Before we go, where can people find more information, Shannon?
Yes, well, you can find more information at UtahHumane.com/fall in love if you want to come and see our, come to our free adoption event November 14th through the 18th.
All right, wonderful. Shannon Egan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.